At this time, I call the special call meeting to order. And the first item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. So this time I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Do I have a second? You got a second? All those in favor of the agenda, raise your right hand. Okay, at this time, Katie, would you like to read us into the closed session?
A motion is needed to go into closed sessions under permitted purposes to prevent the disclosure of information that is privileged or confidential pursuant to the law of the state or of the United States or not considered a public record within the meaning of Chapter 132 of the General Statutes.
I need a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Second.
And a second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Okay, we're out of closed session. I need a motion to come out of closed session.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Brian, you want to bring the first item?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So in closed session, the board heard proposals from two telecommunication providers. And again, to reiterate, that was in closed session because the maps and the information they were providing to you are considered trade secrets under the general statute. So that is protected information. So it is not public information at this time. But under that, you've received two proposals, and we'll start with the first one. And that proposal is from Charter Communications, doing business as Spectrum Southeast LLC through its manager, Charter Communications, known as Spectrum. And they are asking that the county partner with them on a great grant application. And in that, they would provide broadband fiber to the home for 1,129 locations at a cost to them, total project of $6.7 million. And they are asking the county to participate in that if they are awarded the grant by the state in the amount of $150,000. That $150,000 would come out of your ARPA funds that you've set aside for broadband. Now, Charter is also the winner of the RDOF funds, the RDOF auction to provide service in certain areas, and they intend to leverage that with the GREAT grant to provide additional coverage. So you have in front of you a memorandum of understanding with Spectrum that lays all that out. You also have a resolution that supports the grant, the application to the GREAT grant. And our recommendation to you would be that you support that one.
Have a motion to approve the, or is it the memorandum of understanding as well as the resolution? Both, okay. We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Richardson.
Well, by way of explanation, and I'm going to have a statement at the end of this, a request to the board. As far as the public is concerned, this is a project. This is another one of those great projects that the federal government comes out with. They're using federal funds to provide services to people in areas that can't be justified in normal commerce to provide a subsidy. This is really a subsidy that is being provided. If most cases in the areas in Beaufort County that I've seen, and I'm as familiar with Beaufort County as anybody in this room, there are not very many people in the areas that services being provided to, and that's why there are not lines out there now. So, and then the federal government has a program for providing a discounted monthly fee to certain people for this. And the good news is this is being run just like the federal government is run. We're taking federal funds that are passing through the state of North Carolina and becoming grants, and then we're taking federal funds that are given to the counties to pay our part of the match. What could possibly go wrong on something that is a very, very, very bad business deal that none of the companies that are involved in this will do on their own, because they could get financing if they could justify it based upon economics. So I'm opposed to this. I was talking to a person, I did some work for a person at the village of South Creek here in Beaufort County 2 weeks ago. And I asked the gentleman what he did for a living. And he said, I'm a computer programmer. And I said, wait a minute, you're moving from Connecticut to the village of South Creek to work as a computer programmer. He said, yeah, I can already get everything that I need here to do my computer work already now. So this is a program that satellite technology is very rapidly overtaking. One of the questions that I would like to have answered is there a law that requires these companies to keep these lines active and in service even though they don't have subscribers on them?
There is, I don't remember exactly what the time frame was, but it was a substantial time frame. I can go back and look.
They have to keep them lines whether they have customers or not, because from my knowledge of Beaufort County, most of the people in the area that are being served by these lines, they don't want internet anyway, or they would already have it. They're not going out and spend $500 or $600 for a computer. A lot of them don't have it. So it's a bad idea. Now, here's the big deal in this thing. I want to be relieved of my obligation to vote on this because Charter Spectrum, I do some work for them.
Okay, to exclude Commissioner Richardson, we did a motion to, okay, is there a second? All right, we'll get a motion second. All those in favor of allowing Commissioner Richardson to be excused, raise your right hand. Okay. All right. Any other comments?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment. Commissioner Richardson makes some salient points, easy for me to say. While I agree with what you're saying, I wish we could have figured out a way to use some of that ARPA money for solid waste, restart recycling. That was near and dear to my heart, and I know yours as well. But we're going down the road where we need to look at providing as much internet to the county as possible. Now, the question becomes, what's the best way to do it? Already the private sector is moving in directions that some of us don't even know anything about yet, including myself. We see in the Ukraine war, Starlink making tremendous gains in providing a benefit to the Ukrainian soldiers and have created a parity situation with the Russians. And it's, if they can do that there, satellite might be the answer for these rural areas of America at a far less cost than what we're going to be paying to install a hardware backbone hyperlink that's still going to cost more money to get to the households. That being said, this money is available. I'm betwixt and between on this one. I will vote for it, but understanding it is my second choice, maybe third, maybe last choice we could get satellite, but that's not really available quite yet, but could be by the time this is ready.
I'll just make one comment. I've had fiber to my home through River Street for a number of years, and I live just about as far out in a rural area as possible. People want it, and we're looking at 1,129. In addition to that, this is economic development. We're opening up the opportunity for other people to move into the area that can work from their home. So it's a good investment. It's economic development, and I support this. Randy?
I see this as turn of the century. We built highways and not everybody had a car. So we're building a highway for the future. And this just opens up Beaufort County. And we should take every way we can get it. Starlink satellites just last night flew over the area. You could go out and see them. So yeah, that's available. And if that becomes the way to do it, you know, that's the way we should do it. But to have it in the ground, that's important too. So I'm definitely for this, and I hope everybody else is too.
Any other?
Just like I said, one comment. Very short. I'm I'd like to remind the board and people of Beaufort County that all this money that's being given to counties as free money is causing this inflationary situation we're all existing in. It's getting worse by the day. Too much money chasing too few goods. So it was a bad idea to begin with. We're just in on the ride right now, and I'm voting to continue the ride. But it is not the best idea for this nation, maybe not even for this county.
Okay. All those in favor of the resolution as well as the memorandum of understanding, please raise your right hand. Thank you. You got the vote was 6-0. Would you like to go to the second proposal, Brian?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The second proposal you had was from Connect Holdings 2, doing business as Brightspeed. They have proposed a great grant application that they're asking the county to partner on. Their application would serve approximately 1,933 locations, bringing fiber to the premise. They are showing that the total cost of the project would be $6.5 million, and they are asking for the board to partner with them in the amount of $500,000 on this project. And those funds, again, would come from the money that you received under ARPA that you set aside for broadband infrastructure. You have a copy of the resolution that supports that. You also have a copy of their memorandum of understanding that has to be submitted with the project, and we would recommend your approval on this one as well.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion. Is there a second? And a second. Discussion on this one. Brightspeed. Okay, all those in favor of the resolution and memorandum of understanding, please raise your right hand. Those opposed?
I was excluded. If I had a conflict with them, I certainly couldn't be expected to vote for their competitor. That would be a conflict also.
Okay. Brian, is there anything else?
Just asking from the attorney's side, do you need to have a vote to excuse Commissioner Richardson from this one as well, since you did it for the other one, just so you're consistent on the
Yeah, that's
record?
fine. I thought I was excluded from both of them, but that's fine. I think you were. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. By consensus,
Yeah, I'm good.
the motion was for both. Okay. All right. Is there anything else under? Okay. If not, we'll declare the special call meeting closed or adjourned.
You need to back by. Yes.